Hey there, everybody. Let's do a payroll update here on February 11th, 2023. So I wanted to give an update here on the Excel Spraps channel about Spraps. I mean, Spraps are spreadsheet applications. It's a word I created, but it needed a word because there are Google Sheets or there are Excel files that are so powerful and so dynamic and so tailored to the task at hand that they're more than just a spreadsheet. They're a dynamic program. And the payroll in Excel and payroll Google Sheets 2023 files are, I mean, I haven't really looked very hard, but I also haven't found anyone who has all entire 50 state payroll in Excel working pretty darn well, handling many different scenarios and also handling capabilities to add any specific scenarios that your business might have quite intuitively and easily, in my opinion, which I always help out with. Whenever I sell one of these files, there's a startup process to get it set up properly, but once it's working, you get really comfortable with it and it does almost everything that you can think of. So you can choose different states, and when you do that, you get different questions that get asked, and there's all kinds of things that change in the Excel. But the Excel file is really what you want. The Google Sheet version that I've created here and I give access to, I sell like $100 access to this file for the year, and I try to make all updates for all states in here first, and then bring them into the Excel file because the Excel file can handle more employees, can be a bigger file and do more things robustly that Google Sheets just still doesn't really handle very well at large sizes with a lot of calculations. But there are advantages to Google Sheets as well that I won't go into this video, but the Excel version is really what you want. So this version, I have it available for, talking $149 here, and I'll set it up for your business the way you want it. And it just, you just put in the employee information, you put in the daily hours if you want to use daily hours. You then go and start entering in information for your actual pay periods, which, would show up right about here. If you have, your hours are going to sum up if you've been using the daily sheet. It can handle tips. I've done so many different businesses across the country for I don't know how many years now that it it's just a phenomenal resource at this point. So I wanted to do a video discussing that it is available. I still respond to that. There will be links in the description about where you can go to purchase, access, or copies and get going. Because if you want to be, do it yourself payroll, if you want to be doing that, you're going to have to do the calculations somehow and keep records and help to generate the reports that you're going to need, like the 941 report, which is totally dynamic right here and totally changes whenever you want to change anything or just look at a month. And it can handle hundreds of employees really in the Excel version, although I wouldn't recommend it for more than definitely less than 100 is going to make it reasonable, especially if you're on a weekly pay schedule, because the file does get really big. But it will still work and it's still going to do all the same things. You just expand it out. You choose your states. Whatever state you have, you're going to have different state tax reports over here. I mean, it's just got gosh darn, a lot of stuff. Choose your W-2s. You can have a dynamic pivot of all of your records and then start to go into videos that I've done about how to adjust this pivot and get certain pieces of information that you might need for specialized reports, or if you want to visualize some data somehow, you're going to be able to expand and collapse all of your data here and do it by employee. I mean, you just, if you don't want to look at this or you want to look at by quarter and then by employee name, you can just put that right there and you start to see your costs per employee and all the different categories. It's just really amazing stuff. You can do charts with this. Let's see here. If we want to do a pivot chart. Oh, I haven't done a pivot chart. Wow. Where's my blind face? Bam. Yeah, I know if you want to see where your expenses are. You can also change all these different types of charts. There we go. Oh, this is by quarter. That's why. If we just want to look at Q1 by employee, there you go. You've got a breakdown of your costs. You see it's fairly evenly distributed, with Benny Boom Bob having the most expense. And you could add numbers in there and just never ends. So it's just really intuitive because of the way the data is put together. 17% Benny Boom Bob. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. So that's why I said I just wanted to do a video updating what's available. If you want to start using this for your business, I think it's one of the least expensive options out there, if not the least expensive option for doing it yourself, that has all these different things. And it's because I've been able to program all the state's general formulas and calculations and inclusion, exclusion, deductions, everything. We've got a whole master list, and it's been years of doing this. I threw it all in one, and you've got, it looks like microfilm. You've got to look at everything you need, and I'll keep it as updated as I can. But especially if you get notices from your state or something that something has changed, don't assume I've made the change. Let me know if you have a copy or you're a subscriber, because I certainly will go in and check the most recent legislation and show you how you can change things in your version to start withholding at new rates if it happens midway throughout the year, which also occurs in many instances. I've seen all kinds of things happen. So we would adjust whatever we need to adjust in here and get it right, and let everybody know. That's why the Google Sheet exists, because the Google Sheet has all of that kind of sitting, waiting in a public forum where I feel like people can always come back here and check and test. So if anything goes wrong, or you have questions about something, we can absolutely address it in a shared version, and we all come to the same conclusion when we can replicate the tests in the same version. That's why I want to continue to use the Google Sheet, I guess, as the initial source, but the Excel file is where you're going to have a more usable version of Payroll 2023 in Excel, right? So cool stuff. Wanted to update. So yeah, that's Payroll. We're making it easy. And if you're interested, follow the links in the description and purchase a copy, because it's always there, right? Good. Payroll should be easy. We're making it so.